Power outlets in Denmark are commonly seen as a happy face. This building looks like someone guilty giving a side eye. There are literally countless examples of easy-to-spot facial patterns in things. You've probably encountered a lot of them before in day-to-day life. These examples involve a type of perception called pareidolia, where you interpret some kind of pattern or object in a completely innocuous stimulus. Since facial recognition is so strong, a lot of the time this involves seeing faces in things. This mechanism is also why we can make faces with keyboard characters, like colon parentheses for a smiley face or a frowny face, XD for laughing with your eyes closed, semicolon parentheses for a winky face, and so on. When you open up the emoji menu on your phone, you're immediately presented with the emojis depicting faces. This makes sense, since face emojis are so disproportionately represented as the most used emojis, and is basically the reason emojis exist in the first place. Facial expressions are so essential to our communication that we decided to simplify and transpose them into text characters. It doesn't require the use of particularly complicated shapes to convey a very specific facial cue, since we're so tuned to recognizing faces. This is usually thought to be a result of natural selection, favoring the capacity to identify mental states really fast. It lets us immediately recognize if someone is threatening, which gives us a chance to run away or attack much more quickly. The ancient humans that were good at this tended to survive longer and had a chance to reproduce, so this ability became more and more pronounced over time. Humans have a pattern-seeking brain. A lot of the time, these patterns do seem to exist in the world as well. We've noticed the double helix pattern of DNA. We've noticed the Fibonacci sequence in nature. We've noticed fractal patterns in trees. We see the faces of our friends and family. These are all cases where our pattern detection is harmonious with the world. But without the harmony, we see a face on Mars, but there isn't actually a face on Mars. The pattern in our mind does not have an analog in the world. We're always engaged in a dynamic interaction with the world, imposing and receiving patterns reciprocally. In some sense, pareidolia reminds us of our interconnection with the world.